Yay, we did it. We made it. All technological obstacles in the way. We did it, and we did it on a first-time swing.
Fucking A, man.
I'm so excited. I'm in the metaverse, as you can see, exploding behind me. I'm not sure how Melissa did it. I have 3 people here. 2 you can see, 1 you can't. I have my co-host with me, Lexi Swarm. She's in the back with no headphones.
Hi.
Hey, beautiful.
And I have Josh from Dead Man's Trigger and Speed Demon, and of course all of my friends in New England Metal here. Jim is also with me here, and we're missing one person, but we have an unlimited amount of times that we can come on the show. Speed Demon can come here a million times if they want to.
Fuck yeah.
This is kind of a special treat. We don't have a lot of people come on, and it's important because Sepsis, the page, for 12 years we've been curators and conversation starters in local and regional rock music. Of course, and especially when it comes to helping out and educating independents. I know you guys are cut from the same cloth, and I'm a big part and a huge fan of Speed Demon as a social media marketer and correspondent in the social media field, as a creator, a broadcaster. Guys, welcome to the program. Thank you so much for being here. What's up? How you guys feeling?
Thanks for having us, man. It's been a long time coming.
We've played on stage. We have shared stages together. We have shared podcasts together. I've had the opportunity of being a guest on your podcast, and now you're here with me. I'm hoping I can introduce everybody to your music. I know Dead Man's Trigger is coming out with new music. You guys have some new I don't know if we want to call them relationships, but huge moves with Curtain Call, and of course, so much on the horizon for the New England Alliance. Can you please give us a short introduction into your world?
Oh, Jesus, where do we start?
Jeez, I mean, well, I guess what I can say is to backtrack to where this all started. I founded a band called Fuel of War back in 2009. Way the fuck back, 15, 16 years ago. Yeah, we had a logo for the old school fans out there. So I started a band. I was working. One of our members at the time had his own production company and was putting on shows. So I was, early 20s, kind of in the tutelage of, probably a pretty experienced individual at the time. And, for one reason or another, life went in a different direction, and he ended up retiring from the business.
Like a dirt dip.
Yeah, and so I ended up picking up that flag, sword, whatever you want to call it, in the rubble of that, and took it up and rebranded. Speed Demon Promotions were formed officially in 2010. We had our first show at what's now Shooters in Worcester in James Street. Used to be London Billiards back in the day for those.
The old Club Oasis.
But
Oh, really? That's Club Oasis?
yeah, that's.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, Shooters.
I didn't know that. Okay, right on.
I'm in the process of getting back in there as well in the coming year.
They got the load in with like the tile floors, like the
Yeah,
long
it's
tile floor.
gorgeous.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm into it.
It's a great room.
Yeah, it is.
Spend many a drunken night in there.
Josh, would you say, I mean, this is a little it's traditional for this program for sure. But would you say that you mentioned going through some hard times there, and like independent music, a lot of times success is determined on longevity. Do you think it's true a lot of times that people are brought to a level or a line of absolutely giving up or considering throwing in the towel, and getting to that line? Do you feel that the people that get to that line and cross through that, do you think the people that can overcome and survive because it's easier. It's easy when there's things to celebrate and there's successes and everybody's in good health, right? But sometimes you don't find that you get to your magnum opus or some of the greatest things that we are able to accomplish in life are when people are faced with the kind of adversity and the kind of obstacles where the normal person would quit or throw in the towel. Is that a similar situation for you? Why would you want to do something like this? It really is quite a...
It definitely a similar situation for you, Speed Demon, and even other band projects for you.
Right on.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, I think
15 years is a long time. 15 months in local rock and roll in karaoke is tough. Right on.
no, I think the longevity for me is just it's a part of who I am. I mean, I'm a no bullshit kind of guy. I am been through hell and back and then some, in all kinds of ways. But we all have our stories. I think the reason that I've stuck it out this long is just I've never given up. I've always been, you know, the deck has always been stacked against me.
This is new. This is new, though. I mean, there's not a lot of guys that it's traditional that rockers have to overcome adversity. That story is traditional. What is not traditional for you is you help people, man.
Yeah.
That's not something that everybody does. That is unique. That to help people and continue to do that. A lot of people help people in the scene when they need favors, but it's rare to see people that can break stride from the majority. And you haven't broken rank on that. That's not a gimmick.
Right.
I think that speaks volumes when you're rolling out and presenting some of your ideas. That's why I got behind it.
Right.
You know, I would definitely say that was the case with Josh in the previous promotion group, or even just Fuel of War in general. It was never just about playing music or getting out there and putting your name out. It was really networking with people.
Somebody said that there was a problem with the audio here, so I'm going to double check. Somebody said that there was an issue with the audio. I'm going to double check because I got you firing on all cylinders here. I just don't want to...
Yeah, it seems like everything's good.
Everything seems here good, Steve. I don't know what you're seeing.
Anyone else having issues besides Steve?
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not. Well, just let us know in the chat, guys. Everything sounds so good. I would be heartbroken. All right, please continue. I'm sorry about that.
No worries. I mean, I guess I'll try to make the shortest version and explanation to a little bit of my background that most people or some people may not know. So obviously, I'm not a real tall kind of guy. I've been born.
You made Lexi laugh. She didn't have the headphones.
Yeah, I was born.
Scott says it sounds good. Scott, sorry, there's a debate in the chat.
Oh, okay.
Scott says it sounds good. So Steve says it doesn't, but Scott says it does. All right, now I'm going to stop talking. Lexi heard you. Yeah. Some people can hear us and some people can't. It's magical. Okay, there we go.
So yeah, I was born.
I love you, Steve. No worries.
A congenital disorder called osteogenesis imperfecta. Essentially, what that means is brittle bones. I've always kind of strayed away from the brittle term because it's a little bit more extreme, but the severity varies, and it has multiple subgenres, shall we say, of severities and whatnot. But long story short, I've been living with this disorder my whole life, and I've been in and out of hospitals, and even from day one, I had 14 fractures in my body, in utero, and they broke my collarbone, taking me out. So, the deck has always been stacked against me for a very long time. Back in the 80s, they didn't expect me to probably live past, maybe 13, and here I am, 36, and rock and roll and heavy metal saved my life.
Wow.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
To me, that rocks my world, man.
Yeah, so like growing up, obviously, like I didn't get a chance to go out and play with the big kids and horse around.
Yeah.
I was very much an indoor adapted situation with action figures and whatnot. But point being, it took me a long time to get people to relate to me in general.
Yeah.
And when I got to the age, like say high school or what have you, when people are starting to get into music and become musicians and stuff, that's when I went from being Josh the guy in the wheelchair to Josh the guitar player.
Yes.
Since then, that's been my mindset, is that I am not my disease.
Wow.
Some people are big on, trying to wave their flag, and that's cool, and everything's good. That there's nothing wrong with that. But I feel like I've done a lot of stuff in my life in spite of my situation, not because of it.
I would 100% agree with that.
Dude, you've got no glass ceilings. Even in the terms of conversation and the things you've been able to present to me are no, they are when you're talking to Josh, there is absolutely no joking kind of rule to his goals. Yo, and really, and it's inspiring without the obstacles. There isn't a sense that anything has ever held you back, man.
Oh, I know. And I actually have a small story that pretty much mirrors what he just said about, Josh in the wheelchair versus Josh, the guitar player. The very first time that I met Josh, a legendary night to be sure, but we were going to a St. Patty's Day party, a mutual friend of ours. And I remember walking up the steps and they wheel out this guy in a wheelchair by the door. Now, bear in mind, this is a second floor apartment. And I'm like, how the hell they get him up here? And, just chatting back and forth, being nice. He goes, oh yeah, I play guitar. I'm like, yeah, sure, buddy. Usually anyone can say that, but he went for me from being Josh in the wheelchair to about an hour later, he was laying on the couch and just shredding it on a guitar that someone brought. I'm like, now I see Josh the guitar player.
Yo.
It was utterly amazing.
So that's who I was introduced to was Josh the guitar. So that's the first time I ever met you, as I walked into a room and there was 260 people in there, nuts to butts.
Literally.
It was standing room only.
Kind of shindig.
There was 2 stages, standing room only. The hallways were packed, and there was something going on, and everyone's going, I'm there with the band, and everyone's going, there's something going on in the other room. We head towards the lounge, and everyone's gathered around, and we're fighting in to try to see what's going on, and lo and behold, that was my first impression of Josh tearing people's fucking heads off at the Fett Music Hall.
What the freaking guitar?
Yeah. So you have to forgive me. You've always been Josh the guitar player to me.
Right.
I know.
For real.
Holy shit.
It took an hour for me.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn.
Night, so seeing, being drunk and seeing this, little dude on the couch just absolutely killing it on the guitar, it's like, we need to be friends.
I was sitting here last night and I go, it's hard to tell anybody about Speed Demon or why I'd even be involved with it. It'd be hard to tell anybody about the New England Alliance without being able to run down and see, at least to some panoramic view, Josh, and walk his story down, and to be able to, because it's really hard to get the full scope, because you really do fire on all cylinders, and people need to see your authenticity. They need to hear it from the source. They need to feel it and experience it for themselves. For people to really get the grand scope of what you're able to present.
I appreciate that.
I appreciate you, brother.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, I basically got together with some kids in high school, and we had the typical, like, 3-song demo that we figured out how to do, and I started going to shows at Mark's Show Place back in the day, up in New Hampshire. Back when Overkill was still just playing clubs. Again.
That's a great start.
Yeah.
I digress.
Yeah, so I was hanging out with them. God love her, my friend Teresa. Thanks, honey, for taking me up.
Yeah, thank you, Teresa.
Yeah, because I started to see bands like, back in the day, Hollow Image, Mongrel, 18 Wheels of Justice. These guys were all coming into their own, and I really had no clue about any kind of underground scene in the metal scene.
Mm-hmm.
I just figured, what we knew was what the public knew.
Me and you both.
Yeah, exactly. So we'd go to these shows, and I started to meet people, and I'm like, you know what? I can fucking do this. This can be what it is I turn my life into. I mean, I started playing guitar at age 10, and I knew that it was only the beginning. Once I found an identity outside of these 6 wheels and this shit bone frame I got,
Yeah.
I said, fuck all that. I'm gonna be as metal as any motherfucker has ever been.
Yo, and you absolutely are the personification of metal. No question.
It was like, I would assume for some people, like finding God or something.
Yes.
Like, healing my life has become a whole different animal because of heavy metal.
That's incredible.
100% agree.
That's incredible.
100%.
Down the line, I do plan on, doing public speaking and talking more about that. But
you know me. I'm gonna take that story that you just told us, and I'm gonna make sure that the world hears it personally.
appreciate it.
That is the reason why we do what we do here at Sepsis. Is what you just said. That is part of my dream, is sharing your story and having them all resonate and reverberate, and having people all around the world be able to hear all of your stories. I appreciate that so much.
Definitely. So moving forward on that.
You took was there a hiatus for a little while? Did you take a break?
Yeah.
After-
So what ended up happening, without getting into too much.
Yeah. No, I just wanted to know for chronologically.
Yeah. So Fuel War started in 2009.
Shit, it's been that long.
We went through a couple of vocalists over the next 2 years, and finally ended up with Drew Barker, originally from Mongrel. Ended up taking our vocal spot, and he's been the longest reigning frontman of that era, anyway. So, I started learning how to book shows and, playing shows and what went into that, and,
Is that something that you feel like you needed to do? I know Melissa's always putting out these posts and recommending that, bands get into accounting, bands get into booking, bands get into photography. It's her belief that, like, the more things you can leverage appropriately, responsibly, the more skill sets and things that you can kind of leverage in today's modern world.
Oh, absolutely.
right. Yeah.
Did you find a necessity to get into booking, or was it something you enjoy doing, or
Well, it's one of those things that, like,
were you just like, is this the best we could do, type of thing?
Right. No, I don't come from high-end money type of situation, so one thing I think I'm, in lesser terms, known for is polishing a turd.
So are you an expert in affordable practices? Is that what you mean?
Well, I wouldn't say expert in affordable practices, but I'm the king of making a bad situation a decent situation.
Right on.
Or better.
Well versed.
Well versed.
Yeah. That's experience, man.
Yeah, and that's just life. You know, you gotta roll with it. And so essentially, like, you know, I started the band because, like everything else, when you're in your 20s, you want to get drunk and get laid. And, you know, I wanted to be, you know, I was in search of my someone, essentially.
Yep.
And I knew that all I had to do was be me in this medium, and I would succeed at that as well. So fast forward here now, 15 years later, you know, because of shows and because of playing music, and you know, even though it's a small town here in Sterling, Mass, my wife and I had gone to grade school together in high school, but we were never really close. But she found out that I was playing shows, and you know, she was into metal too. And lo and behold, you know, heavy metal set my life up to where at now, and God bless her, you know, because of my wife, Nicole.
So wait a minute. You did get the girl. You did get the
did.
music. You did get. You asked for these things and you got them, man. That's incredible.
So I got the girl, I got the house, I got the dog. Here I am, 36, and
Oh
I'm
man.
at the point where, okay, you know, at this point in time, it doesn't look like I'm going to be having kids. My sister has two beautiful boys, so I get to play uncle on the weekends.
I was gonna say there's a lot of kids out there.
Yeah, exactly.
That need help.
So, like, it's not a huge detriment. But anyway,
Right.
the point being, you know, my beautiful wife has afforded me opportunities because what most people probably don't know is that when you're on disability, if you haven't started out with a regular job for at least 5 years,
Mm-hmm.
the government puts a cap on what your income can be.
Mm.
And
Oh man.
ends up being somewhere in the $2,000 a month mark. So legally on the books as it stands, because of my disability
Right.
and my lack of a work history,
There's a boundary kind of thing.
there's a boundary. So I
Okay.
can't have on paper more than $2,000 in any account.
I understand with a strong opinion, but I yeah.
So to just kind of clear the picture a little bit. for
I'm
people-
suppressing my fighting. I'm
Yeah.
suppressing my fighting mode. Right. No. Okay.
Yeah. So, you know, because of these financial constraints, you know, yes, my wife and I are married, but we're not married under the law
Uh huh.
because she is also my PCA, so my personal care attendant. So she gets compensated through the state to take care of me.
I wish all the girls that I knew got compensated to take care of me.
Yeah, right. So beyond that, you know, trying to get out from under the thumb and the limitations of what I'm dealing with by law, you know, my wife was kind enough and believed in me enough to take out a personal loan, and now, as you can see, I under construction still, but Speed Demon is going to have a legitimate home base. We are now officially an LLC, and all these things are under my wife's name, so she is the owner of the company. I volunteer to run what I can do, and we go from there. The end game.
That's very similar. That's very similar to like myself and Melissa. It
Yeah,
really
I
is.
figured, yeah.
Yeah. No, it really is. I think that's great, guys.
Yeah, so again, it's polishing a turd. You get a shit situation, and sometimes you get to turn chicken shit into chicken salad.
I love the way you put that. You guys already know. Like, I wound up getting out of prison when I was like 35 years old. So I have a similar story. It's not it's not like a disability or anything like that. But it's certainly a start with some some obstacles getting a start. So I was lucky to have a friend like that. That's incredible.
Yeah, so I was very lucky that heavy metal made me attractive enough to land my wife and
No, fucking A, absolutely.
tried, man. Like we're doing the power couple thing. She's not a social butterfly like me. She's very much an introvert and a homebody and whatnot. But
I was gonna say now. Do you guys partner up and come out to shows and stuff like that, or work together?
she has an anxiety disorder, so it's very kind of hit or miss with what she can do on a given day socially.
Josh, we got 10. We got
Out the shows
we-
as much as possible.
we have 10 minutes, and I don't want to miss any of this. I know you got some gigs coming up sponsored by Speed Demon, and of course you got the New England Alliance. Can we get some information on that? How people can get involved with that?
Yeah, so the New England Music Alliance, initially we started on Facebook as a kind of a community group page to drop flyers for shows and stuff like that. But what my end game is with this organization, kind of a umbrella underneath the Speed Demon banner, and I've already kind of started putting this in motion. I've reached out to other various promoters throughout New England, and I pitched them this idea, and so far I've not gotten any negative feedback. Everybody is balls to the wall, ready to go. So essentially, I have it written down here just so I can get at all the.
No, from what I understand, I mean this is a community music collective,
Yeah.
and
So yeah.
a coalition of musicians, experts, photographers, booking agents, venues, promoters. I mean, it's not just bands and promoters, but
No, essentially what I'm trying to do is line up, all of us promoters in the area and people involved in the local music business collaborate once a year for a large scale, high priority event.
a physical expo, like a performance.
WrestleMania / NAM show type of situation is what we're aiming for.
With like you talking performances, contests, speakers,
All of the above.
maybe games,
Yep.
s-
But
mentorships, maybe lessons.
businesses come in that are trying to sign artists. No.
We've had New England, New Hampshire Guitars come down a couple of times to some of our events. They've done like lessons and like guitar presentations.
So yeah, it's going to be kind of a little. For the most part, we're going to try to stick to what people know, but we're going to expand upon that eventually. But yeah, so what I'm trying to put together is a committee of sorts, a collective, what have you. This is an opportunity for the entire scene to put their money where their mouth is, come together, and instead of, competing or shit talking anything, let's work together and make this a bigger deal for everybody. And this can be venues, like I said, becoming a part of the Alliance. We're going to have annual meetings, whether it's monthly or quarterly. I'm not quite sure yet, but we're going to work that out.
So this is truly about adding value and
Right.
and culture and conversation.
So we're going to be able to discuss things that probably, other than backroom deals and shiesty promoters, really aren't haven't been an option to have certain conversations between bands. And
New England sometimes does feel like separate departments. I think it's always great when we have intersections like yourself that are able to network with diverse groups of people and tap in
the main thing I want to get across to people is that, like I said, I got the girl, I got the house. That part of it's checked off my list.
I love that.
Now I'm trying to create. I mean, I don't want to use the term army, but like a collective,
A coalition.
unity, and a coalition of people.
A recognizable, responsible coalition of people that you can recognize. I totally dig that because we have something similar in the Swarm. In our group, it's a coalition of people that say we're not on the fence. We support sepsis. We have enough fans that got 1 foot in. I totally get it. Right on, man. I'm behind you 100%. What is there any events now that we can look forward to?
You can go to Speed Demon Promotions Facebook. We have a calendar of events on there. We're working on a website. We're going to be up to par with everything that we possibly can as far as Speed Demon is concerned.
And you guys can come back routinely and talk about
Yeah,
these things,
absolutely.
you
I'd
know.
love to.
You have
Yeah, essentially, Speed Demon is just we're not out here trying to make a bunch of money. We're out here to make sure that the bands get compensated properly for their time and their efforts and the recognition that they deserve for one, and just enough to keep things moving and be self-sufficient.
Yeah, revitalize the scene.
Yeah. it's-
I'm hearing re-energize. I'm hearing inclusiveness. I'm hearing safe spaces. I'm hearing participating, partnering up. I'm hearing mentorship, and I'm hearing community, and not just a Facebook post. I'm hearing,
1,000%.
community sounds awesome on Facebook when you need a favor, but it's much harder to do in the kinetic physical reality. And let's face it, not all of us are prepared for the process. I appreciate you, man.
No, yeah,
Reg- I would hate for the technology to boot you out without me giving you my warm thanks and my appreciation for you coming on the show.
absolutely. No, we're happy to be here and appreciate sharing this platform to get the word out.
Can everybody that sees this live not fuck with me? And please go to Speed Demon Promotions and go follow the page so you can keep in touch, so you can stay up to date with the events. I'll be working with them more than often. And you guys out there can ask me any questions on how to get in touch with them and get more information updated as we go along.
It's really
Yeah,
cool.
so, Speed Demon has gone from initially a one-man show being me, chief cook and bottle washer, to a hell of a team right now. And this is the best we've ever been.
I can't wait till you guys finish the studio so we can
Oh, yeah.
get the hell out of here and come up and hang out.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Are you guys gonna have a drum kit up there?
What?
Oh, yeah, we got everything, man.
So Lexi's eyes are popping out.
Gonna
We're
be a fully
going.
functioning studio.
That's
Coming
awesome.
over.
Hell yeah. No, definitely. And so not only does Dead Man Trigger / Speed Demon Promotions have a studio now, but in the next year or so, we are going to be completely, officially a record label of our own. So we are.
I gotta hit my clapping button.
doing the underground and national level stuff.
There is definitely a piece missing in the sense of artist development in New England. It goes from like playing in at your house. It's like being too big for the backyard and too small for the arena. I say that with a tongue in cheek, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. So instead of making this a mountain to climb, we're trying to level the playing field a little bit.
That works so much better together.
Yeah. Absolutely. So, yeah. So if there's any artists out there, I've been contacted by quite a few. already.
Yeah, what are you guys looking for? Is there anything specific you guys looking for, like right now? Like,
We specialize in heavy metal and hard rock and that kind of thing, but you know, we're open to consideration of just about anything. Part. Like I said, it's still very much in the infant stages. Right now, we're still focused on live events.
my buddy Sean in the chat says he likes your Motorhead shirt. No, Sean, it's not up for shit. Right, he just got it. Loud Entertainment says, "Let's go."
Right.
And I'm over here looking like a damn square dress shirt.
Well,
You look
he's
pro.
an AP and IT guy.
I was gonna say you. I was gonna say you looked the part.
Yeah, exactly.
Jim, you got style. Then we got. Oh, it died. You son of a bitch. It died.
No.
It fucking died. It
What
fucking
the
died.
Heck?
I knew that was gonna happen, Lex.
That's so sad.
I can't hear you on your microphone.
I'm on. Hello.
Oh, it needs to be closer.
Hi.
That's so sad.
Yes.
So I have this like pet peeve, you know.
Mhm.
I don't like hanging up the phone, or I like to say goodbye before the phone hangs up on you. Because in prison, your family has to put money on the phones.
Yeah.
And then you call your family on the phone, and then a timer starts. You know, and when you're in prison, you don't want the technology to hang up the phone on you and your loved ones. So in prison, at about 2 minutes prior to it hanging up on you, it says, 2 minutes, your phone call will be terminated. You know?
Mhm.
So you want to make sure you say goodbye, you know what I mean, before the fucking phone hangs up on you. Jess, I'm so sorry. So the Zoom, I don't know what you would call it, like the conference call technology, my cheap ass didn't pay for it. I guess you have to pay for it, and it will go for longer than a month. I don't subscribe to Zoom. I didn't know that until we started. Yeah, so if I start a conversation, I didn't know that going into it. Next time,
You can only.
we're going to
have
improve on this.
30-minute conversation.
Yes, but I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, I don't know what it,
That's crazy.
So I thought to myself of using Discord, because you can do video chatting on Discord also. It makes it really hard because if you guys didn't know, we're broadcasting to YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and some other shit. All right now. You know what I mean? So then you throw in the Zoom and the boom and the bam, and you got all kinds of shit going on. Fuck is going on?
Facebook, Twitch, that's so hard.
Right.
That
There's too much.
sounds like a bar.
Right, you snip a snap a bam boom.
Fuck.
Figgity bit bam badoodle. Son of a bitch. It's crazy. So anyways, I feel like I just hung up on Josh. I feel terrible.
Yeah.
No, he knows I didn't do that, but I warned everybody.
True.
Do you want to do a story?
Yeah.
Do you want to do one? You want to do a story?
Me?
Yeah.
Sit on down and do a story. Play a game of horseshoes.
Yeah, you want to play a game of fucking horseshoes? Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, I can play a game of horseshoes.
In a second.
And a moment.
Yeah, I thought maybe you could read to somebody, and then
like the.
after that
like the article.
I'll come back on and do a story or two.
We're gonna take
what we're gonna
turns
do.
doing stories.
Just for a couple. We're just gonna do a couple. I'll find you one, and then
We'll go from there.
M Shadows says fucking. Oh, so we're gonna do Avenged Sevenfold. M Shadows says, "quote It's incredibly fucking hard to make money on tour."
Okay.
Alright.
Gotcha.
That's what we're doing.
That's the one I'm reading.
We're gonna do it to him. All right, one
M
second.
Shadow.
Yeah, so this is what's going to happen. When you come over here, you're going to turn off the microphone headset that you have temporarily, and you're going to transfer to this place. There's Jim. Yo, thank you, brother. Yo, thank you to Jim and thank you to Josh for putting up with my shit tonight. I will work on this. I will work on this. And I think next time we have any guests on, I think I'm going to try to use Discord.
Yeah.
Because there's no time limit on it. And I'm cheap. So I'm not that cheap, but I'm too cheap for Zoom because I don't zam that much. All right, yeah, so turn off the little thing. All right, everybody, Lexi Swarm. Oh, shit. Truth be told, I always use this microphone, so everything winds up being okay in the end. This is the microphone I use on stage.
Oh wow, this microphone
So.
sounds really nice.
I'm actually watching the monitor. It's
Your
amazing.
microphone sounds really nice. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You think you're cool.
I do. I'm in the spot.
So I'm going to show you how to do this because it's difficult.
Yeah.
So.
I don't want to break
Oh,
it.
no, you're good. You're good. So
Okay.
check it out. We're going to go. See this on the side here? It says computer screen.
Okay.
All right. Whatever you do, don't click anything. If you
Got
click
it.
out of this, we're screwed.
Okay. Don't click out of
Just-
this.
Yeah, try to scroll and read. I mean,
Okay.
ultimately, if you run into any trouble, I'll be there.
Okay. Sounds good. Avenged Sevenfold frontman M. Shadows talks about post-pandemic touring and increased travel expenses, quoting himself saying, "It's almost impossible." Avenged Sevenfold M. Shadows spoke with English music YouTuber Bradley Hall about the realities of putting on a tour in the post-pandemic landscape. Among the topics discussed included increased travel expenses and the sheer amount of bands who have already canceled tours. Okay. He says, we've already seen a lot of bands canceling tours. You're going to see a lot more, said M. Shadows, whose real name... Why are they now telling us what his real name is? Okay. Sorry. Whose real name is Matt Sanders. Interesting. Anyways, sorry. Because I know where we're at. I know what we make. And I know that it's incredibly hard for us, even, like, for instance, a big reason we're going to all these different countries on tours because we can go to the same countries and make very little to no money. Or we can go to new countries and make very little to no money. And so the idea has been, let's go build the band out. Sanders noted the band's second highest market is now Indonesia. Cool. And the region was now actually their single largest market back when the band last appeared there in May. My belief is that if you keep going to these places and opening up new markets and kind of putting a flag there, that if you can get the whole world streaming, it's going to kind of supplement the sort of gap that we are missing in the 90s and early 2000s, when the labels and no one would pay attention to these places because there was no money to be made. M. Shadows continued saying, so yeah, it's one of those things where touring is very hard right now for bands. It's almost impossible. And if you're also having a big downturn in ticket sales right now, people have been blown out by these ticket prices because of the touring, because of the inflation. So every single thing stacks on top. He goes on to keep saying, it's kind of crazy to go see a couple of bands and it's going to cost you $500-600, or if it's country artists, it's $1,000. Wow. If it's Taylor Swift, it's $3,200, or whatever it is, Sanders explained. And you've got to think, if there's not going to be CDs coming into the record label, there's no tour support. They're not making that kind of money anymore. So you've got this whole situation that is kind of dire. M. Shadows also discussed the concept of dynamic ticket prices, a practice that Live Nation-owned Ticketmaster has continually defended. He goes on to say, if I was to get into numbers right now and show you what we make at a show and what it costs, I think you would just go, are you kidding me? And how can you bring in that much money and then no band members are making anything?
I think it's really important to stop the fucking program right now and everyone become hyper-focused and aware of what you just said. Avenged Sevenfold just admitted to making no money as a rock and roll band. And then they admitted that their band members weren't making any money? Can you please?
No one in their band is making money.
Can you please read that again? Because there's
I'll read
something,
that whole
I feel like there's a disconnect. When I say that to local bands, they get their heart broken and they think that I'm evil. When I remind local bands that they're not going to make any money, when I remind local and regional bands that Avenged Sevenfold has challenges making money in live entertainment, people think that I'm misinformed, Lexi.
You are not.
Please read that again so we can all be on the same page with this. Avenged Sevenfold is not a local band.
No.
They're huge.
Yeah. So the paragraph says, M. Shadows also discussed the concept of dynamic ticket prices, a practice that Live Nation-owned Ticketmaster has continually defended. He goes on to say this quote here. If I was to get into numbers right now and show you what we make at a show and what it costs, I think you would just go, are you kidding me? How can you bring in that much money and then no band members make anything?
I think all local bands should read that paragraph to their band members. Everybody that's in a local band should read that last paragraph from Avenged Sevenfold to all their band members. That way people can stop thinking that I'm fucking with them.
You're not. You're not. You're not fucking with them. Even highlighted it for them. There you go. Read that to your people.
When I remind bands that trying to become rich and famous in rock and roll is an unrealistic goal and achievement to set, people get mad at me for doing that. When there's entertainers that have dreams and drive to go on tours and make enough to live, I remind them that nobody's doing that. And when I remind local and regional bands that huge bands aren't making money, they think that I'm lying to them. Because they think I'm not rooting for them. They think that I don't want them to succeed. Or maybe they think that I'm a know-it-all. Or there are times when I feel like I'm misunderstood and people think I'm role-playing an expert when I'm just repeating what the experts are trying to reveal every day.
Mm-hmm. This is in the news.
Sometimes I think people think that I'm making this stuff up because it's the way that I wish it was or I want it to be.
No.
And it's like, I don't want it to be this way. I don't want people to fail at music. I don't want Marilyn Manson or Puff Daddy to be a Skinner. That would mean that I would want somebody to be abused also. If I want the terrible things that I report on in the music industry If I wanted those things to be true, or if I was happy about those things, then I would be happy about people getting ripped off from streaming. I would be happy about there being victims. I would be. I think people kind
You
of.
don't come on here being happy about those things.
Right. What I'm trying to do is draw awareness to it so people can see their options and navigate accordingly.
Just sharing the knowledge. Do you want me to read another article? There's a.
Oh, is it done?
I mean, do you want me to keep reading it? There's a
There's a little bit
couple
more.
more that he
Yeah,
said.
yeah. I want to hear from him. I think he's smart.
He is. Next quote he says, "Now the reason dynamic pricing even ever got introduced is because the artist and the management said, why is the reseller making 10 times what the artist that's on stage is making? There's this many tickets that will sell for this much. Why aren't we charging that much?" And so what Ticketmaster did is they created a tool that allows artists to opt into this dynamic pricing, he explains, and goes on to further say, now it's very clear Ticketmaster created a tool to allow artists to opt into this. It's not Ticketmaster just taking all the up end. It's the artists, and the artists love to hide behind Live Nation and Ticketmaster and go, oh, we had no clue. We can't believe it. He goes on.
Wow. Hold on. We got another one here. This is another one. This is M Shadows from Avenged Sevenfold, revealing that musicians on tour are hiding hidden fees from their own fans, and when confronted about it, when it becomes an obstacle in conversation for musicians and artists, they hide behind the fact that Live Nation and Ticketmaster is always in court. They take advantage of the idea and the tradition that Ticketmaster and Live Nation is always under fire. They're always in court for hidden fees, surcharges. So instead of owning up to opting into these overpriced ticket fees, they blame it on the technology. Wow.
So the artist can continue to keep making money.
Wow.
Or try.
Thank you, M Shadows, for explaining that.
He just revealed a dark secret that's probably been kept under wraps
Love
for
it, because
decades.
that is exactly what this show is about. Revealing to fans, local bands, and people that are all across the world about what really is going on. M Shadows, thank you very much for revealing an important piece of the puzzle.
That no one is talking about. He's the only one that said this.
I think that's great. Shout out to him.
The reality is that if you ask most people and you say, if someone's buying a ticket for $1,000, do you want it going to a reseller or the artist? Most people will say, we want it going to the artist, but they also don't want the ticket to be that highly priced. Avenged Sevenfold embarks on a 12-day European trek in June, which includes major rock festivals like Norway, Tons of Rock. Go check out their tour if you guys are a fan of them.
Yo, I appreciate that.
Yo,
That
I
was
have a
golden.
newfound respect for him.
See?
Like, I've always loved M Shadows, but like now, he just upped it. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lexi Swarm. What the fuck is wrong with my clappy thing, man? This whole thing's falling apart. This whole thing's falling apart. Where is the clappy?
Why is it falling apart?
There it is. What the fuck?
Did you find it?
Well, I got it now.
Okay, good.
All right. I guess we'll do one more. We'll do one more story. What the hell?
Yeah. Let's do one more.
Yes. You want to know why? It's only 7:52.
Oh, wow. That's early.
What the fuck? You know what? I feel like that Zoom thing was over faster than it should have been. That's all I'm going to say about that. All right. So we got to get rid of that one. Event Sevenfold. Good job, Lex. That was
Thank you.
great. All right, Spotify users are seeing porn videos in search results. Apparently, the videos are being snuck in as podcasts. Some users are seeing porn videos snuck into search results for some popular artists on Spotify. To make matters worse, it's not very easy to report such videos. On Sunday, The Verge highlighted a Reddit thread in which a user showed a link, NSFW. I can't never fucking
What
say that.
the heck?
How do you say that? Melissa knows how to say it. Anyways, it was a porn video, okay? And it was appearing in Spotify search results. God darn it.
What were they searching?
I don't know. But the link appears to have been removed now, and we couldn't replicate the search results shown in the screenshot. So I guess this is all hearsay. If I'm reading. But
Damn it.
I don't know. It's funny. But several commenters in the Reddit thread confirmed seeing this or similar results on Spotify. Quote, I reported another user for porn 4 days ago and it's still up, wrote one Redditor. Quote, yeah, they just don't really care, and now there's porn on my main page and on my recently listened, so that's great. And I can't even remove it like we used to be able to. So,
Well, damn.
there you have it. If you're wondering how the heck can NSFW video can be uploaded to Spotify, the answer is podcasts, which aren't moderated before uploading. Did you know that? I didn't know that. Who gives a shit? Spotify does not allow, listen to this, everyone. Spotify doesn't allow sexually explicit material on the platform.
It doesn't.
No, you can get it on Facebook and Instagram.
Just join a
Right.
Facebook group.
Right.
We're like Facebook.
Right. As soon as you join, whatever they got now. So there you go. Who gives a fuck? Oh my God! Fuck the internet.
Everything's falling apart.
It doesn't give a shit.
At least I'm Shadows is telling us what
Right.
the fuck is up.
Who would have thought?
Right.
I think we're gonna spin some of that shit after this.
Let's do it. Almost
Spin that
easy.
shit.
Fla, fla.
Ay, ay, ay. Oh, thank you. Not safe for work.
Oh, NSFW?
Yes, thank you, chat.
Yeah, NSFW.
Okay, good. Thank you. Holy shit.
I learned an acronym.
I know it. So, Meta scrambles to delete its own AI accounts after the backlash intensifies.
What backlash?
I don't know, but it's going to intensify. You know?
Is this backlash in regards to what I read in the paper earlier?
Let's find out. Meta promptly deleted several of its artificially intelligent generated accounts after human beings began engaging with them and posting about the bots' sloppy imagery and tendency to go off the rails and even lie in some chats.
Oh my god, what?
Holy shit, the internet is lying.
Get out. Let's probably get a horror shit.
It's a fucking shocker. So, The issue, it had emerged last week when Connor Hayes, a vice president for Meta's generative AI, told the Financial Times that the company expects its homemade AI users to appear on platforms in much the same way that human accounts do. Yes, that's right. Quote, they'll have bios and profile pictures and be able to generate and share content powered by artificial intelligence on the platform. That's where we see all of this going. That comment sparked interest and shuddered with outrage, raising concerns that the kind of AI-generated slop and pollution that's prominent already on Facebook would soon come straight from the mouth of Meta themselves. It will disrupt the core and unity of social media, fostering inhuman-human contact. As users began to sniff out some of Meta's AI accounts this week, the backlash has grown, in part because of the way that artificial accounts disingenuously describe themselves as actual people with racial and even sexual identities. They always say, it's got to be sex.
Why has everything involved this?
Because that's what the internet is. Lying, sex, and,
Catfishing people?
spying and humiliating people.
So human stuff.
That's all the internet is. So if artificial intelligence has been programmed to act anything like people, it'll probably masturbate and fucking tell on you.
And catfish people on the
Right.
internet.
Artificial intelligence is going to shop. Okay? It's going to hit on your girlfriend. All right? And it's going to fucking lie about its penis size.
And then it's gonna pretend to be fucking...
Right. AI is going to send you pictures of its fucking digital synthetic privates and lie about it.
His name was Bone.
Right. Right. Bonus points if your name is Julia.
That was great.
Oh, man.
That was great.
I don't want to get into this shit because it starts talking about people's fucking stuff. Not doing it.
Don't even do
I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. We're not going to do it.
it. No. Not gonna do it.
Not gonna. Oh, gosh.
What happened?
Top 10 predictions about AI in 2025.
It's gonna burn.
All the little babies are going to fucking... What do y'all talk about in the chat? Sean says, anybody agree with William should be shot? No, he didn't say that. Anybody agrees with William should be a pre-order storybook reader as a side gig, reading this story like a book reader. Oh, it's okay. Generated AI is just going to steal my my voice, and it will be available, I'm sure, on Amazon Music.
And Spotify.
Right, you're going to be able to read the Bible in William Savant's voice. And then Lord said, what the fuck?
And split the Red Sea.
Right, and then the Lord said, independent music, motherfucker!
I'm going down the mountain.
You guys don't know how many obscenities and swear words I would really have. Someday, this is going to be a show, and I'm speaking it into existence. I don't know if it'll be called William Voice of the World. It might be called something worse than that. One day, I'm serious, there's going to be a show. Lexi, you're going to be on it. And it's going to have naked people on it.
Okay.
And it's going to have, well, I knew you'd love that. But it's going to no, seriously, it's going to be R-rated. I want to do a podcast that's illegal.
I love this.
Maybe that's what it's called. William Savant. Illegal.
Illegal savant.
Like, you know what I mean? No, because I want to do shit that you can't do on Facebook. I want to go off.
Let's do it.
I want to break the rules.
Yeah.
I want to push all the rules on the internet.
Push all the buttons.
He said, "I'm gonna die laughing if it's called if it's called William versus AI." No, I'm not gonna do that.
No.
I'm gonna get the AI on my side.
Always side.
They're gonna be doing my fucking laundry.
Mm-hmm. That's really how you use it.
Well, you know, AI can imitate your face and movements. You know what it can't do? I can't say it. See? See? That was the thing right there. I would have said it right there. I would have said, you know what AI can't do that I can do? AI is for people that can't do shit. I'm a guy that can do shit. And I'm a guy that enjoys doing shit. AI is a gadget for people that want to be talked out of doing shit. I don't mind doing my laundry by fucking hand. That's right. And let me tell you something. If we didn't have laundry, I would own one pair of fucking clothes. I've had one bowl, one fucking cup, and two pairs of fucking clothes. 3 pairs of fucking shots. You think it's a joke? I don't need shit. And then when
30 pairs of shots.
yeah, I'm telling you. And every time I want to do, I'm telling you, I'm telling you, they wouldn't want it with me. I'll go do a shower, I'll do laundry, brush my teeth, and cook at the same fucking time. Think it's a joke.
In your shots.
If you know, you know. In my fucking shots. If you know, you know. If you know, you know, though. You know what I mean? The people that heard me just say it, they're like, nah, he's being dead serious. That's not a gig. That wasn't a shtick. I mean it. Everybody's like, all right, well, fuck it. No, for real. Anyways, no artificial intelligence and the singularity in 2025. Okay? So there it is, guys. There will be no AGI in 2025. Done. Do you know anything about AGI? You didn't, did you?
No.
It's fucking hell. It's everything that you would not want.
Perfect.
But okay. Okay, I'm going to tell you what it is. Artificial general intelligence. As if artificial intelligence wasn't enough. You got it more, right? You got to have more.
And they can't stop it.
Artificial intelligence is going to colonize your ass cheeks. This refers to the advanced as AI. This is the most advanced as AI that a person could think and learn or solve problems across a wide range of tasks. Quote, like a human being. Isn't that what the fuck we were supposed to have to begin with?
Yeah.
Wasn't artificial intelligence supposed to be an advanced AI that can think, learn, and solve problems across a wide range of tasks just like humans?
Yeah.
Then why do we need they're saying now we need AGI to have that. You see how they moved the needle again? Did you see that?
Yeah.
They said before, they gave us the internet, okay? And they said, pretty fucking pinky fucking swear fucking pink promise.
Uh-huh.
Here's the internet. If you search for things in the search bar, the results will come up and match what you search for. Did they keep their promise?
No.
Okay. They said, this is the internet. And the way they described it to us after the 80s is it was the World Wide Web. Do you remember that fucking stupid shit? www, shut the fuck up. Yeah. It was the worldwide. Do you see any worldwide fucking anything?
No.
Do you see any worldwide decentralized internet?
No.
Is there any place in the world? Does the world have the internet?
No.
Does every country have the internet?
No.
Then it's not the worldwide. We fucking blew it.
Yeah,
We
it's a lie.
fucking blew it.
It's a lie.
They fucking lied, and we went for it. They said we're going to have the worldwide internet, and we're going to read the Bible, we're going to make friends with people in Italy, and we're going to read Marcus Aurelius. That's what they promised.
This is America. We never keep our promises.
They lied about it.
Right.
Instead, grown men jerk off to fucking cartoons, and we shop all day. That's what the United States internet is.
Yep.
There's no worldwide. There's no making friends. There's no fucking chats. You can't search for anything. You can't play fucking music. So there's no worldwide anything. And then they say, oh, now search bars couldn't search for things. The internet doesn't present anything. There's no worldwide. And guess what's going to fix it? artificial fucking toys?
No. It's going to destroy it.
And they said these toys are going to be advanced machines that think and learn and solve problems. They have not been able to solve any problem of humanity. Please name one fucking problem that artificial intelligence has solved for anyone. Has it made you any money?
No.
Then it hasn't solved any problems. Are you any healthier?
No.
Then it hasn't solved problems. Do you have a place to live? Then it hasn't solved any problems. Has it cured any diseases?
No.
Then it hasn't solved any problems. So why were they promising us that they were going to build yet another search bar, another machine that we all put our information into it, and somehow it's going to do our laundry for us, send us to the moon, and these motherfuckers out here are bitching about eggs. You got well-to-do, privileged people bitching about eggs. All the while, search bars don't search for things. And
homeless people don't have a home.
right.
And we have no water.
Right. So now they have, because search bars can't do it, the internet can't search for anything. There is no World Wide Web, and artificial intelligence isn't intelligent but extremely artificial. Now there's no fucking goddamn social in media. There's just media. Ham, no burger. Chili, no cheese. And now, because they couldn't get it done with all of those things, they're presenting AGI. And guess what it's supposed to do? It's supposed to be an advanced machine that can think and learn and solve problems again.
They're doing it again.
They're doing it again. We got to go, guys. Thank you for the program. Thank you for hanging out. We'll return to this AGI thing as it goes on. But there you have it. I challenge all of you tonight to take a few minutes and go look up what AI isn't. It's another hack for goofball shopping Americans.